Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and welcome to another Q&A moment. And today I'm going to address another question, and it's from one of my subscribers. And I appreciate you for the DVDs that you've purchased and the tabbing service you have utilized. Jonathan, and his question read like this: Good evening, Morris. I have a question for your Q&A show. I'm trying to get started playing in a band with other musicians, but so far all of them I've met are strictly quote-unquote ear players. They don't know the names of any chords they play, and it makes it very difficult for me to play with them. They don't understand chord names, and I have to look at their fingers to placements to see what they're playing. They have a very good ear and sound good, but my question is, would it be helpful for me to improve as a musician to continue to work with them and help them develop their ear? What is that yet? Help them develop my ear like theirs, or just search for other musicians who can communicate chords like I can. Thank you. Okay, that's kind of that could be addressed in many different ways, but I'm going to give you my opinion on that. And my opinion is, do what's best for you. If this works for you, move forward. If it doesn't, let it go. Because you don't want to stagnate your creativity with people that are not at that stage. Because I look at it like this: at some point in time, you're going to have to learn how to read music. And I don't mean extensively, just reading chord charts. You can get away with becoming a very lucrative player by just simply reading chord charts. So, if they're serious, that's what they need to focus on for the moment and then come back, because they've already tackled half the battle. Because if they can quote unquote play, they just now have to learn and understand what they're playing, But I'm sure you might not want to hang around for their development of that, because that might take years, So, my opinion would be to find people that are equally yoked. A group of guys that play somewhat on the same skill, because you're never going to get into a group where everybody's here. Never, ever. It's going to be some people up here and it's going to be some people down there. 100% of the bands I've played in, there's some guys that are just unbelievable, and then there's some guys that just kind of struggling. So you're never going to really kind of find that, as far as a complete balance on your own, unless there's auditions for people that are world-class musicians and they bring them into this band, because a lot of record companies quote-unquote create bands. So my recommendation to you is, if you feel that they're holding you back, and it sounds like they are, place an ad in the paper, go to clubs to where bands play and try to find some guys that are kind of somewhere in the same ballpark. Because I remember when I was a teenager, one of the first bands I played in, it's kind of interesting because none of us could read at that point. But out of the 5 of us, 4 of us became quote-unquote world-class musicians and toured around the world, with each other and other bands, and know how to read music. And the drummer at that particular band is teaching at a university, so everybody moved forward and kept progressing. And then one of the other bands I was working with on the side from that band, none of them could play neither. Could read neither, and they weren't really good musicians, but we were in our teens at the time. But the thing that really kind of made me decide to leave that band alone was their lifestyle. It was weed smoking dudes. I don't do drugs, and I don't hang around people that do drugs. So I was like, this is a no-brainer. I got to tell these guys that I can't continue to play with them. But that would be the recommendation that I would give you. Find some people that are kind of equally yoked. Put an ad in the paper, go out to clubs, hang out at the music store, because that's why I used to recruit a lot of people that played in my bands throughout the years, hanging out at the music store, putting those little flyers on the wall, because there's always a wall in any music place where bands, drummer looking for a band, or band looking for drummer, or guitar player. You can always find that at Guitar Center and Sam Mash and other music stores. So that would be my recommendation for you, Jonathan. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. And anybody that wants, to leave me a comment about a question that you want me to kind of, give my opinion on, feel free to do so, and I'll feature it on another Q&A moment. Till next time, take care.